I first heard about HRC in 1987 when I met Steve Schellebarger at a party. I was kind of amazed there was an organization representing GLBT people, and I didn't think much about it. And in the 90s, I met Bill Maines, who was my doctor, and he invited me to my first HRC dinner. I remember going to that and being just an absolutely amazing experience to walk into a room full of like-minded people with a common cause and a common goal.
I think thanks to all the people that have kept it going. You know, it's sometimes getting things started is the easy part, and it's the continuation and getting people organized to do this for 30 years is pretty amazing. There have been a lot of cities that have had a couple of dinners and then they go a couple of years without, and then they might have another one or they may never have another one. And for this town to have, for the city of Columbus to have had 30 dinners in a row is pretty amazing, and I think it really speaks to the commitment and the passion that the GLBT community has in Columbus. I think it speaks very well of Columbus, Ohio.
What the HRC dinners did was give people an opportunity to not just get dressed up and have fun, but to stand up and be counted and educate themselves and educate the community about what was so important to us.
It started with the dinners, like myself, and get people involved, and then you become activists, and then you lobby. That dinner is amazing. You know, always think, oh, it's their fundraiser, but it's more than that. It is a public appearance, an appeal for gay and lesbian rights.
Think about all the guests, of all the people that came to these dinners and got connected to the community and the movement in that moment.
A lot of people start there first, you know, work with HRC after they go to these dinners. Like they get, you know, inspired and they get involved after these dinners.
And they get involved in other organizations.
Yes.
So that, I mean, if you look at at a lot of the people that are on the boards of Stonewall, of Kaleidoscope, of Bravo, I mean, a lot of these people first got involved through an HRC dinner.
You know, I think in the beginning years, Columbus played a huge role in the human rights campaign and vice versa.
For me personally, HRC was personal empowerment. It taught me to be comfortable with who I was, to not be afraid to stand up and find my voice, and to realize my potential as a human being.
I don't think we really give ourselves credit, and I learned this more when I moved out, moved into doing more public service work. How this is so hard because it's always so intensely personal, and you can never leave it completely because it's always so intensely personal.
Friends had said that it was definitely an organization we should know more about, and I think we're all looking for ways to make our community better and stronger.
HRC always insisted that there be parity on our board, and I think that was a very important and significant step that the organization made, and I think at that point in time we were probably the only national organization that did that.
We had like 5 or 6 local gay people who were on national boards out there doing this work, you know, fighting for our rights, and that was in the mid-80s to early 90s, and that's pretty significant. Even to this day, I can't think of another city other than the coast that have ever had that much representation on a national level.
Transformational.
Purposeful.
Progress.
Grateful.
Inspired. Passion.
Important.
Community.
Equality.
To the future leaders of HRC, I think it's important about reaching out and making them aware of issues that are important to us as a community.
My hope is that someday we don't say our community or the community, it's just community. I hope at some point soon we're just all one, and that, you know, our allies are just our families and our friends, and we don't have to cross-identify, we don't have to stand up. because we're just really all part of the same group.
The Human Rights Campaign.
The Human Rights Campaign.
The Human Rights Campaign.
The Human Rights Campaign.